A paparazzo, hid in the bushes outside Cedars-Sinai Hospital, camera ready. Michael Jackson's daughter had just been born. Private moment, family only. The paparazzo got the shot. Sold it for $50,000. For 6 years, he followed Michael everywhere. Every private moment, every pain, every tear, sold them all. They're not people to me, they're products. 7 years later, that same paparazzo sat on a Los Angeles street corner, homeless, his camera long gone. Then Michael Jackson's car stopped in front of him. The Hunt, April 3rd, 1998, Los Angeles. Outside Michael Jackson's home, 2:37 a.m. Danny Stevens crouched behind a hedge, camera with telephoto lens ready. 38 years old, professional paparazzo for 12 years. Specialized in one target, Michael Jackson. He'd been following Michael for 6 years, since 1993. Every moment, every location, every private pain. Danny didn't see Michael as human. He saw him as a product, a commodity, a paycheck. The more private the moment, the more it was worth. The more pain in the photo, the higher the price. His greatest hits. April 1997. Paris Jackson's birth at Cedars-Sinai. Danny bribed a hospital worker for access to the maternity floor. Got photos of Michael holding his newborn daughter through a window. Private family moment meant to be sacred. Sold for $50,000 to 3 different tabloids. June 1996. Michael crying in his car after a court hearing. Devastated, broken, alone. Danny got the shot from 50 feet away with a telephoto lens. Captured every tear. Sold for $35,000. The headline read, "Wacko Jacko Breaks Down." August 1997. Michael's children playing in their backyard. Private property. Supposed to be safe. Danny climbed a tree outside the fence at dawn. Waited for hours. Got clear shots of Prince and Paris playing on their swing set. Sold for $40,000. December 1997. Michael at his mother's house for Christmas. Family gathering. Danny hid across the street in a parked van for 6 hours in the cold. Got photos through the windows with a zoom lens. Michael laughing with his family. Rare, genuine happiness. Sold for $25,000. Every photo, every invasion, every violation of privacy. Danny justified it the same way. They're celebrities. They chose this life. Privacy is the cost of fame. If they didn't want attention, they shouldn't be famous. He'd made over $800,000 in 6 years, just from Michael Jackson, just from one family's pain. Bought a nice house in the valley, a new BMW, expensive cameras and lenses, the best equipment money could buy. Living well, living without conscience. His wife, Sarah, hated what he did. Danny, you're following a man and his children. You're stealing their private moments. This isn't journalism. It's stalking. It's business, Danny said. Legal business, First Amendment. If I don't do it, someone else will. That doesn't make it right. It makes it profitable. Sarah left him in 1998, took their son, said she couldn't be married to someone who hunted people for money. Danny didn't care. He had his work, he had his income. That was enough. But the world was changing, and Danny didn't see it coming. 5 years pass. Digital photography explodes. Everything collapses. September 12, 2003. Downtown Los Angeles, corner of 5th and Spring, 6:42 p.m. Danny Stevens sat on cold concrete, back against a brick wall, holding a cardboard sign. Homeless photographer. Anything helps. 43 years old. Unshaven, filthy, wearing torn clothes that hadn't been washed in weeks. 5 years had destroyed everything. The world had changed. Digital cameras, camera phones, social media. Suddenly, everyone was a paparazzo. Anyone with a phone could get a photo and sell it online. The market was flooded. Photos that used to sell for 30,000 now sold for 300, if they sold at all. Tabloids didn't need Danny anymore. They had thousands of amateurs sending photos for nothing, for free, just for the thrill of being published. His income dropped 90% by 2000. By 2001, it was gone completely. Lost his house, lost his car, lost his cameras, sold them just to eat for another month. By 2003, he was on the streets. The man who'd made $800,000 stalking Michael Jackson now sat on street corners begging for spare change. The irony wasn't lost on him. Every single day he thought about those photos, those invasions, that money, all gone. September 12th, 7:15 p.m. A black Mercedes pulled up to the curb. Expensive, clean, everything Danny used to have. The back window rolled down slowly. "Danny!" Danny looked up. That voice. He knew that voice. The voice he'd followed for 6 years. The voice he'd heard through telephoto lenses. Danny Stevens. The door opened. A man stepped out. Black jacket, hat pulled low, sunglasses even though the sun was setting. He removed the sunglasses slowly, deliberately. Michael Jackson. Danny's heart stopped. All the air left his lungs. Michael knelt down on the filthy sidewalk. Right there, eye level with Danny. No hesitation. "It's you. I thought it was you. I wasn't sure from the car, but it's you." Danny couldn't speak. 6 years of guilt crashed over him like a wave. "How long have you been out here?" Michael asked, gently. 2 years, Danny whispered. "Maybe longer. I stopped counting." Michael looked at him, not with anger, not with satisfaction at seeing his tormentor broken, with sadness. Deep, genuine sadness. "I'm sorry," Danny choked out, tears suddenly streaming down his dirty face. "God, Michael, I'm so sorry what I did to you, what I did to your children. I followed you for 6 years, every day, every private moment. I stole your privacy. I sold your pain. I photographed your daughter the day she was born. I climbed trees to photograph your children in your own backyard. I was there every time you cried, every time you hurt, and I sold it all of it, for money. $800,000. That's what your family's pain was worth to me." His voice broke completely. "I treated you like you weren't human, like you and your children were just products, just things I could photograph and sell. I deserve this. I deserve to be here. This is karma." Michael didn't speak, just looked at Danny with those sad, knowing eyes, eyes that had seen too much pain. "Stand up," Michael said finally. "What?" "Stand up, Danny." Danny struggled to his feet. His legs were weak. He could barely stand. Michael's driver, Frank Martinez, stood by the car, watching the scene unfold. "Frank, help him." "Michael, no," Danny said, panic rising in his voice. "You can't. You shouldn't. After what I did to you and your children. Come with me, Danny. Why? Why would you help me? I hunted you like an animal. I made your life hell. I stole your children's privacy. Why?" Michael looked at him directly. His voice was quiet but firm. "Because leaving you here doesn't give me back what you took. It doesn't undo the damage you did. It just means more suffering, more pain. And I've had enough pain in my life. I'm tired of suffering." Frank helped Danny into the back seat. The leather was soft, clean. Danny hadn't felt anything this comfortable in years. Michael got in beside him. The car pulled away from the curb. Danny sat there in stunned silence, unable to process what was happening. "Where are we going?" Danny finally asked. voice barely audible. Somewhere you can rest. Get clean, get some food, then we talk. After what I did, I don't. This isn't forgiveness you earned, Danny, Michael said quietly. This is mercy I'm choosing. There's a difference. You don't deserve this. But I'm not doing this because you deserve it. Danny broke down completely, sobbed. 6 years of stalking, 6 years of invasion, 5 years of consequences, and now the man he'd hunted was helping him. It made no sense, but Michael Jackson had never made sense to people who lived by exploitation. The hotel was modest. Michael got Danny a room, paid for 2 weeks, gave him cash. They sat in Danny's room. Danny had showered, shaved. Why? Danny asked. Because you've suffered enough, Michael said. I spent 6 years being hunted. You stole my privacy, my children's privacy, but holding on to that hurt just poisons me. So I'm choosing to let it go. Say you'll get help. There's a rehabilitation center, counseling, job training. What you did was terrible, but people can change. Michael stood. You can still have a life. Choose to be better. He walked to the door. Privacy is sacred, Danny. It's a human right. And Michael Jackson walked out. Danny spent 6 months in rehabilitation, got counseling, never touched a camera again, found work in construction. He reconnected with his son. I forgive you, Dad. Michael taught me people can change. June 25th, 2009. Michael Jackson just died. Danny wept. That night he wrote, I hunted Michael Jackson for 6 years. A confession. He detailed everything. The stalking, the photos, the $800,000. Then Michael finding him, offering mercy. His conclusion, I treated him like a product, not a person. When I was broken, he showed me grace I never earned. I'm sorry, I'm grateful. It went viral. Other paparazzi started confessing. Today, Danny Stevens is 64, works in construction, volunteers teaching photography ethics. On his wall, Michael's photograph. Below it, I hunted him like prey. He saved me like family. September 12th, 2003. Because on a September evening in 2003, a paparazzo learned that some people are bigger than the invasions committed against them. And a superstar proved that grace is stronger than exploitation. This story is inspired by Michael Jackson's capacity for forgiveness. All characters except Michael are fictional, but the message is eternal. If this moved you, share it with someone who needs to remember that privacy is sacred and grace is powerful. Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is show mercy to someone who hunted you.